Thanks to Steven Spielberg's movie War Horse, most people are now aware of the part played by the horse during World War I. In the first few weeks of the conflict, the army requisitioned around 120,000 horses from the civilian population. Owners who could not prove that the horses were needed for essential transport or agricultural duties had to surrender them and were given payment at set rates. It was the job of the remount department of the Army Veterinary Corps to get them into shape and ready for active service. Horses purchased for the army had to meet a certain criteria. A horse had to be over 3 years old, healthy and the right size for the work they were purchased, either for riding, pulling guns or transport. The War Office decided that no horse under 15 hands high would be recruited. A horse's height was measured from its withers, the top of its shoulders, with a special stick. The remount department at Maryhill Barracks, Glasgow, received these horses, so purchased in the Glasgow and West of Scotland area, which included Johnston and Ayr. Thomas Gillespie, a farmer and carting contractor of Springfield Farm, Overton Road, Johnston, behind the High Railway Station early in the war, came across two suspicious gents dressed in civilian suits. They were measuring up his horses in the nearby field. He asked them what they were up to, and they said they were government purchasing agents and they were going to take two of his horses. Tom Gillespie chased them off his property, but they later returned with the police, who advised him that it was quite lawful for them to do so, and the two horses not required for essential farm use were taken away. It was reported in the Pollock Show Advertiser in 1915 that it was a common sight to see long lines of horses being led to Glasgow to be entrained south, then shipped to France. After the war was over, large numbers of surplus army horses were sold off by the military at public auction back to the civilian population. The man responsible for overseeing the sale of these army horses in Scotland was Lieutenant Colonel William C. Middleton. He was late of the Royal Scots Greys. He was the Assistant Director of Remounts at the Scottish Command Headquarters in Edinburgh. There were remount depots in Maryhill, St Boswells and Ayr. The following newspaper article is typical for the period, which appeared in the Yorkshire News, January the 14th, 1919. Sale of surplus army horses. Glasgow, MacDonald Fraser & Co., 15th of January 1919, about 90 horses. St Boswells, Swan & Sons, 30th of January 1919, 15 horses. Of these, 6 are of the hunter type. Special sale of army horses at Glasgow. MacDonald Fraser & Co. Limited held yesterday a special sale of 101 surplus army horses within their horse bazaar, Reedvale Street, Glasgow. These horses comprised a few heavy draft horses which met keen competition and sold dear. In the lighter class, where the quality was good, high prices were also realised. A few saddle cobs sold well. Best heavy draft horses, £36 10 shillings to £60. Cobs, £29 to 10 shillings to £44. The Yorkshire Evening Post, Thursday, April the 3rd, 1919. Demobilising the army horses, over 158,000 already sold. The sale of surplus army horses and mules is expected shortly to come to an end. The disposal of these animals has been proceeded in the different theatres of war for some months, and 168,000 horses and 42,000 mules have so far found buyers. The total sum realised being just under £6 million and just over £1.5 million. The highest price for both classes were attained in Italy, where horses averaged £75 14 shillings and mules £52 12 shillings. The average for the United Kingdom were £34 14 shillings and £17 15 shillings. Number of horses returned from France to the UK also include captured German ones, and Thomas Gillespie again of Springfield, Johnston, went to one of these sales and purchased 2 horses. Right away he noticed the problem with them as they did not seem to understand basic commands. A soldier let him into the secret. They were captured German horses and didn't understand English. He showed them a few German commands and the problem was solved.